knock, but 17 is in a, or excuse me, Na'Vi is in a safe enough spot that they can get that res no problem. Vegas is back on his feet for SDK. So a lot of teams able to find safety in this circle. Of course, there's a ton of compounds, there's a ton of ridges. Lot to work with right now.
A lot of revives after these knocks. It's just been sort of teething pains for a lot of teams trying to get in right now. It's only Gen G that is really the full squad that has yet to arrive into a stable position in the circle. We'll see if they're able to find some space given by Third Eye and Twisted Minds, but as we saw, that open area between those two teams could be quite difficult for them to slot in without getting punished in a similar fashion that we saw from Howl.
Hello?
Gen G.
Hello.
We're in a good spot, I'd say circle 2 with the way it shifted because there's a lot of that northwestern edge available, but it's all been cut out from them. So now they have to potentially do some fighting. Twisted Minds is going to be the first team ahead. Gen G, I think, likely to stop at these hills underneath, but then you got Third Eye to worry about, or Pio's just going to send it. Where is Pio going?
He's rolling around, and it's actually going to be bait to allow DG98 to get the knock into Batulin. And now Pio pops out, tries to get some damage onto the roof. And again, they're just drive-bys. They're dealing so much more damage than you ever would have expected.
This is an insane move from Gen G. Taming gonna get one, looking for Lou out the door. Can't find the follow-up with the pump. Puts a shot there, expecting the repeat, did not come through. And now it is just Lou left for Twisted Minds. The struggles continue in the early game for them. Taming chasing hot on his heels, and he's got him down and out. Taming with 2 kills, 4 for Gen G. Should be able to get these reses unless Third Eye has something to say about it.
Third Eye are looking, but they're not charging just yet. And we're here, Luminosity, they lost kickstart, but they've still been trying to deal some damage back into return. They got another kill, and they are eyeing up Howl, who also relocated into a bit more of a spread position in this field, dodging grenades now. And now Na'Vi, southeast side. Sonics are able to push ahead, slot in front of both Na'Vi and Tiamba. And we'll see if these hills allow either of those two teams some like flank access, some crossfire access. But this is a nice little hill, little dip peninsula, whatever you want to call it, for Sonics to hold on now.
I'm a bit worried they're going to get pinched, though, between Na'Vi and Tiamba. If you're a Sonics fan, this one could get weird.
But that's where Ghibli comes into play. Could try and third party onto either of those two teams. Sonics could just be utilizing the larger threat to the north of them to give them some extra defense.
That could be. I mean, if there's any team who's going to come and get involved in a fourth party, it is Ghibli. Yes. No doubt. Or Pio. Yeah, one of the two.
not Gen G, just strictly Pio.
No, just Pio, yeah. Not the whole team, just one guy. Actually, they've been kind of aggressive this tournament.
Yeah, they've leveled up their game for sure. Mime does get knocked for Longsker, so the damage is there for Tiamba to try and open things up. A-Twin is just ready, prone down up close. The grenades aren't exactly hitting either Mime for the flush or for the secondary.
You can see Tiamba is fishing for the flush on a Mime, but Mime able to get behind the shack enough. Tiggleton now drifting in that direction. Shrimsy as well, bodyguarding Mime here by this shack, hoping to go for this res if they can.
And now Navi's approach is actually looking like a bigger threat for Tiamba. We'll see exactly how this one decides to explode. Example opens up onto Lynchu. That's gonna be first knock and an immediate flush. So Tiamba, they're suddenly the ones pinched.
This is crazy here. Na'Vi sweeping down, maybe trying to, frankly, demolish both teams, trying to just come out of this fight clean. And with clean sprays, like the one you just saw from Example, you can see why this is the defending world champion team. And now Uba sneaking behind Longsker. I don't know that Longsker has any wild idea that Uba is going to be coming behind him here.
Yeah, the timings of Na'Vi are just completely unknown to Tiamba. So the option for a player to be in front of the blue like Uba is just... I don't know if it would be considered at all. He's even just holding out in the blue, trolling out in the blue zone, and there it is. He's gonna pounce right when Longsker least expects it.
Beautiful patience from Uba, and that is gonna give Na'Vi some breathing room. Now 7-7 trying to play salvage here, trying to punish the player in the blue, seeing if he can get down there to get the job done, but now he's under fire from the westerly direction. Example has him down. Tiamba eliminated. What a masterful sweep maneuver from Na'Vi.
And the shift does it goes a little bit medium shift towards the southeast, which means that Sonics can still play around that area with Na'Vi, but it's not in the zone. They're gonna have to go through Ghibli at some point here on the east side. Day Trade, that position is getting pressured by, of course, down over from the north, and STK, who were able to finally slot away once 17's position was removed by the previous zone. So things are getting a bit hectic here along this road that is actually cutting right through this zone.
Certainly, 17's got a tough road ahead of them. Donawa first, and then potentially other teams to follow. But right now, the way they're playing, they can certainly get it done. Low Ghost and Xiaobei going to be pushing space. Suju right behind them. Try to back them up. Salute on his own out here for Donawa.
Yeah.
This could get weird.
Yeah, and I don't know if the rest of Donawa are prepared for 17. Salute just might be on his own. A bit of a spread too thin position for Donawa, but now the push from Na'Vi onto Sonic's. Grenades coming out from both sides of things. Sonics were able to separate themselves to set up a little bit of a crossfire, but initial damage does force H-Win and Shrimzy away.
Yeah, now the tempo in Na'Vi's favor. And now the stuns are coming out. They know what the knock onto Shrimzy with the grenade. Here comes the utility barrage from Na'Vi. Tons of stuns are pushing this space so they can take this next hill and get a better position to bear down on top of the Sonics. But Ghibli may have a part to play in this.
Exactly, that's what Sonics are trying to bank on. Shrimzy still can't get revived, and a Molly at his feet. Shrimzy is going to get confirmed. This is now a man advantage for Na'Vi. But that utility might be running out, and watch from Mime's flank.
Mime with a beautiful maneuver here. Might be on the side. It's actually Heaven who finds a knock onto Mel. So all of a sudden here, Na'Vi in scramble mode. Sonics wants to finish this fight. A molly from Mime trying to find some more damage, but it's Heaven and Gumin who are absolutely just destroying this fight between these two teams. They are a thorn in the side for sure, but Uba, an example, springing to life. It is a return fire here, but Ghibli
Tickleton able to stay alive just barely, and he can maybe get the revive onto H-Win, but how much further he can go is a big question, because Ghibli know that there are more victims remaining here in the southeast side. They are... They're just shooting at anyone and everyone. They're not favoring any team over another. The revive does come through. The blue is closing in. And frags as well.
Tickleton and H-Win trying to do what they can. H-Win going for the heal, is able to get it. Tickleton gonna have to go absolutely massive on that front line, but there is not a lot of space. Might have even saw the grenade in the hand of Tosi. Molly's out there as well, as Tosi did find H-Win. Now just Tickleton left for the Sonic, trying to do what he can to stay alive, trying to salvage this situation, but nowhere left to run, nowhere left to hide. The Mollies as well send him packing into the blue, proning down. Ghibli trying to hunt down. It's just going to be the Molly that finishes the job.
6 goals for them, and here on the north side, 4AM trying to send it onto Luminosity. Snakers, the only one standing, gonna go down to 4A. No, 4AM are the ones eliminated. I lied about this. Snakers is stabilizing, but here comes 17. They also have eyes onto this position.
It's going to be tough for 17 to sled into this fight. They're going to be briefly exposed to some of those teams you see there up in your top right corner. Donawa, SDK, and the others. Maybe watches, mostly Donawa, I should say. They're really the only ones in that position. Snakers, though, has a really good opportunity here to send 17 home a little bit early out of the placement points.
He's not going to go for the revive on the Flood just yet. This is Flood's first knock, so there was more than enough time for him to bleed out, while Snakers continues to put some pressure onto 17, trying to go for the final kill there onto MI-LBEI. Lilligos, however, was revived, but then immediately re-nod, because Donawa have a bunch of vision here on the north side. Snakers, a nice steal for him, though, so that's yet another point for LG, and they desperately need every single one that they can get.
Snakers now are going to be abandoning this gatekeep of 17. Just MI-LBEI left for them. Donawa fighting on a couple different fronts and fighting well. And Onyx, though, is knocked by MI-LBEI. So MI-LBEI able to find enough of an angle onto Donawa. They lost track of him for just long enough where he's able to punish them. Ghibli now. The threat of this team is so scary. And Heaven with a shotgun, we've seen it time and time again, is just disgusting. Trying to isolate Vegas here. Vegas, though, holding it down. McGumin there to finish the job.
A good attempt there, but the rest of SDK has been eliminated, so Vegas is going to go down out. They at least got one placement point? No, actually they were in 9th place, so 17 immediately after they got the single placement point, but everyone else is just going to be churning those points as much as they can. Flood gets knocked again. Snakers in a safe spot, but I don't know how much further he's really going to be able to go. How we're able to bound themselves through that field, but the space for LG to make it further is looking pretty grim. This is Donawa has the angles, Howl has the angles, but Gen G, similar position for them. Ascend are just firing all their magazines into that spot.
Ascend has been making every team's life a nightmare that's on this western edge of things. Been watching them through the kill feed, haven't gotten to see it, but they're doing a phenomenal job just trashing through these other teams. Damien's gonna go out to the blue. Pio's trying to heal through it. Nowhere left for him to go. You can see Brex is dialed in on that tree until now. Brex is actually gonna leave that. Snickers did get knocked here by Donawa. Pio is going to fall to the blue, so a placement point for Gen G.
Interesting trade of life there from Luminosity, but Flood, yeah, not stepping on the open. He knows that the second that he does, he will get eliminated by Donawa, so it's just trying to see if they can't get 1 or 2 more placement points here. Ascend and Howl eyeing each other up. Grenade does come out. Mika can't quite get that first knock, but Chris up close and personal. Will they expect the man in the toll booth?
EU versus EU action here. Schofield trying to out-rat the master. It's Chris. Soul is going to deal the death blow to Luminosity Gaming. On the other end of things, Schofield here still in there. Mollies are down, but they do not reach the top of that dance. They know he's up there. They have got him knocked. So the sneaky position does not pay off for Howl. Now the next obstacle, the Mad, prone down in front of them. I don't think they saw him, but he wasn't ready. Brex is able to react in time. Yet another flush.
Really good push here by Ascend. 8 kills already. And Apocalypse, the last one left for Howl. Could easily be 9th as we're about to enter the top 4 teams. We're about to enter the podium for this round. And Danawa controlling the north side. Daytrade and Ghibli basically just sharing the south, but both the Ascend and Danawa are gonna have to cross that road at some point, and we'll see Daytrade likely gonna be cutting them off at the heels.
Yeah, the good news for some of these teams is that no one's like barricading that dip on the other side of the road yet, so there is space, but Ascend is just tearing through these other teams like a hot knife through butter. They are 9 kills deep now as they got another knock on a Danawa, looking to continue to just wrap this edge and just sweep.
It's a good call. I mean, it keeps Apocalypse alive, so he's happy for that one. But with the knock on the Danawa, they know that that's the bigger threat here on the north. And so to try and take this fight and cut them out of this round before they have to cross the road is a really good call, but the timing just did not work out.
I thought that knock might snowball Daytrade into fighting, into third-partying that, but it's not going to happen. Apocalypse was attempting to be discovered by Ascend. They were never able to do so, and now they're going to completely change direction. They're noticing that Kilyakai with some great information.
Kilyakai taking a lot of space on the south, and Daytrade, the reason why they didn't third party is because they knew Ghibli going to be wrapping up behind them, and they wanted to focus on this fight. They had to focus on this fight, and Ghibli now pounce. Utility comes out. No, not just yet, but Glass finally opens up on Endurance.
Yeah, Glass with a good opener, takes a lot of damage in return. Heaven is just a master right now. 4 kills already, switches over to the sawed-off. He is not afraid of anything. Up and over, gets one, looking for the finish. He's got it. Ghibli takes down Howl.
Ghibli, Heaven specifically, is just going massive in this grand finals. He is not stopping. He is not just a one-hit wonder. And it's Chris is taken very low. They did lose Brex Ascend, while Apocalypse also went out in 5th, but Chris out in the blue, potentially unexpected by Danawa.
He is the master of doing these plays. He's got 1, he's got 2. Finally, Salute is able to deal with him. Danawa not aware that it's Chris. Loves to rat in the blue.
Picking up his teammates to try and revive them elsewhere, and Nonix holding point on the east side, but Heaven still gets knocked, Heaven still gets damaged, and Glass considering the cross on the north side, but reconsiders it. They have the best position in the zone right now. Yeah, Danawa are going to get the revives. Ascend could be cutting off that cross, however, and they just don't want to give anything up.
Danawa now is being spotted by Ghibli. They're starting to put some shots down through those smokes and connecting into the knocked players of Danawa. See if they're able to put some more pressure down. 3 up now, 1 left to go indeed. Danawa is going to get them all back up and running. Mika trying to put some damage into Ghibli, but Heaven is just too damn good.
Too good. Glass trying to find a different flanking angle. Not quite taken out by Kilyakai just yet, but everyone is inside the zone, more or less, except for Danawa. All 4 up, they got the revives, but they have to blow all their smokes right now to try and cross. More grenades are coming out, but Ascend have already conceded that much space.
I like what Danawa's thinking, if they can clean out one, but Yumin had snuck down towards this shack, taking a bunch of damage here, only finding the knock onto Salute. Salute bleeding out rather quick, just gonna be finished off by Heaven. So Danawa down to 3, trying to make their way across. Heaven with this 3x spray, able to at least sit Soul down momentarily.
Now it's suddenly quiet, just for a brief moment. But Ghibli aren't going to let it remain that way. They send a vehicle in to try and really jockey for even more control of that central position. They want to keep Danawa separated and isolated from each other, and that allows Kilyakai the opportunity to get even more damage onto them.
Now, level 3 gear as well for Kilyakai, making life difficult for Loki. A stun, knowing that Danawa wants to re-aggress off this angle. Soul is going to have to go absolutely massive, and Onyx still on the other side of the road, locking it down. I saw like 5 mollies in Loki's bag. So not much in the way of frags, but potentially some space clearing utility. Soul's good for 1 before he's traded out right away by who else but Heaven.
A single knock goes between the other 2 teams, and Ghibli are capitalizing on it, just trying to find new angles, making sure that no one can stay safe or even feel safe at all. But Kilyakai is not giving up without a fight. He will not go quiet into the night.
You'll love to see it. Kilyakai, though, going to get spotted on the edge by Heaven, and it's over. Ghibli is going to do it. A massive 17-kill chicken dinner, and this team is to be feared.
Oh, 17 gaming, you thought 15 was a good win? Ghibli just beat you into that with 17 kills of their own. It was hard fought by everyone in the late game, but you could just feel it that Ghibli had all that control, all of that power, and it was very much due to Heaven constantly opening things up. We're gonna go to a break before we head into round number 3.
S-a văzut și meciul ăsta. Cum să nu găsim eu, deja am intrat. Am intrat mai devreme la ăștia pe canal. Diamond, toți. Diamonds. Gol 5. 5. Pick up emergency. Dăm cu mașina tare.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? You going? No, no balloon, bro. What? Come on. Ares. Vehicle, bro. Vehicle. Come green.
A bit late.
Bye
It's
bye.
too late.
Creeping. Creeping. Where we going, boys? Hello. A plecat mașina, a plecat mașina, rambamam. Pe,
Păi când vă zic că i-a dat revive, păi că am dat knock aici.
Păi a zis asta că nu mai e nimeni, man.
Ba
Da.
nu, că am dat eu knock.
Pe,
Ah,
auziți mă? Care se bătea în piept și în pumn și în lat că nu te dă diamond cu gold și lobby-urile așa aranjate ca la CSGO, global versus global și așa mai departe.
Păi s-a dat cineva
Sunt
de aici din
topul
lobby-ul ăsta?
Nu, s-a dat, mă, aici
Cu
e
voi în
grămadă toată
lobby.
lumea.
Aici e grămadă.
Ei, toată lumea la...
cred că
Da,
Vali
grămadă,
parcă a
stai
zis
liniștit.
odată, dar nu mai știu. Nu știu
Sunt
sigur.
în lobby cu voi.
Vezi că suntem periculoși? Ai câștigat fight-ul aici. Doamne, ferește ce...
Dar cum erau ăștia pușați, mă, că erau doi lângă casă?
Da, mă, și a mai venit unul din spate, nu ți-am zis. I-am...
Nu știu cum au pușat.
Uite, când după ce ți-ai luat tu finish, am dat knock exact aici.
Da, gen erau deja doi lângă casa noastră, că de asta, eu știam doar unul, pana mea m-a surprins ăla că nu...